Hello everyone, welcome. Today's video is all about the best drugstore / affordable makeup of 2025. 2025 has been one of the best years for drugstore makeup releases. I have found so many products this past year that I find myself reaching for over my high-end options all the time. And I've decided that for today's video, I am going to go by brand. Sometimes I do these videos by category. Sometimes I do them based on when the products were released, earliest in the year to latest. But ultimately, we're going with by brand. And I'm going to start with Maybelline. They launched some of my ultimate favorite products of the year. In the spring of 2025, they launched the best dupe for the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, Grippy Serum Makeup Grip Primer. If you are someone that does like the feel of a grippy, sort of tacky primer, then you are absolutely going to love this. Personally, I prefer to use a primer that has more oil controlling properties and more texture smoothing properties because those are my specific skin concerns. But if you are someone that doesn't really have those specific concerns, you are mostly having trouble with getting your foundation or your makeup in general to last as long as you would like, you are going to benefit from this type of gripping primer because it truly does grip the makeup to your skin and hold it there for hours. This particular one claims up to 24-hour wear, or should I say up to 24-hour grip. It also contains 2% niacinamide. So if you do use this regularly, you should see some improvement in the texture of your skin because that is what niacinamide targets. I'm also crazy about these Lifter Glaze lipsticks. If you want a product that feels super comfortable on the lips, it's non-drying, it contains hyaluronic acid, and gives you just the right amount of color with a slight, not over the top shine that is going to last longer than a traditional gloss, I highly encourage you to try one of these Lifter Glazes. My favorite shade is Caramel Glow, and I do have it on, but I do have quite the combo on right now. I think it's 4 products. And of course, I will be sharing all of the products with you in this video. I might as well go right into what I applied this on top of, which is also from Maybelline. This is a product that came out, I think about a month ago or so, and I think I've spoken about it in at least 3 videos at this point. These are the Maybelline Cloudtopia Cheek and Lip Mousses. I started off, I think it was in one of my testing hot new drugstore makeup videos, demoing Toasted Sky. It's like a plummy brown that gives you that perfect sort of sunburnt look. And then I went for a bright pink. This one is called Moonlit Rose. And then most recently, I picked up Coral Illusion, which is what I have on my cheeks right now. I also have a highlighter on top. Obviously, I have a lot of products to talk about in this video, and I couldn't put them all on my face at once, but I did put on as many as I could. So the base of my cheek and lip look today is Coral Illusion. This formula, this moussey formula, does not lift up my foundation. It does not disrupt anything that I've already done to my face, like my contour, concealer, powder, any of that. And I also love this for putting on my lips. I have, I think, the most colorless lips I've ever seen. I literally look like a corpse without anything on my lips. I like to have a little bit of a stain on my lip before I go into almost any lip combo these days, which is why a product like this or a product like, not drugstore, but Benefit Benetint Or I actually have a product from CoverGirl that's similar to a Benefit Benetint that I'm going to be speaking of. So the bottom line is I do like to have a little bit of a tint on just to give my lips some color. And the last product from Maybelline that is a favorite of mine this year is another more recent discovery. I think I purchased this less than a month ago. This is the new Lifter Concealer. This is a full coverage serum concealer. Normally, when I hear serum concealer, I think light coverage, because that is just what I've experienced in the past with serum concealers. They tend to look nice under the eye and have a lot of skincare benefits, but they often don't have, at least in my opinion, the coverage to get rid of really dark circles. Some days my dark circles aren't too bad. Some days they are awful. And this covers like my Natasha Denona. It covers like my Dior, my Kulfi. All of my favorite, far more expensive concealers offer great coverage. They look beautiful under the eyes for hours, but so does this one. And if you go back and watch the video where I tested this out for the first time, you will see my real and raw first reaction to applying this and blending it out. I believe my jaw dropped, and I have still been reaching for this over and over and over again since I got it. Okay, I'm just noticing I may have gone a little bit overboard with the highlight today. But as I was saying earlier, I was trying to put as many of these products on my face as possible, which I normally wouldn't do. So let's talk about the highlighters I have on right now. These are the NYX Buttermelt highlighters. I purchased two. One is like a buttery yellow, light yellow, and I have them both on. I started with the pink and then I applied a little bit of the butter yellow. I put the pink in my tear ducts, but I don't know if I'm loving that. So I kind of want to put a little bit of the, yeah, I think the butter yellow shade is better. Oh, too low. Too low. And my lids are so sparkly. I'm just one big sparkle today. But it is the holiday season, so why not? If you are looking for a good highlighter that is more of a noticeable highlighter, if you're looking for subtle, these are probably not what you would be looking for. But I do have another highlighter coming soon in this video that is way more subtle. So since we're talking about NYX, let's continue with NYX. This is their Lip Lingerie Lip Stain. I have it in the shade Send Nudes. If you have been interested or seen on social media the Huda Beauty lip stains and thought they looked good because a lip stain stays on much longer than many traditional lip liner pencils. So I can 100% see why people would be drawn to a lip liner stain. They have truly been all the rage in 2025. But who wants to spend $28, $30 on a lip liner stain that is going to dry out so quickly? I have those lip liner stains. They were sent to me in a PR package, and I noticed right away that they would feel very dry after just one use. So I quickly did some research and learned that they want you to keep them, upright when you store them so that the ink is consistently like running downward. So I did that. I had them standing in a container like this, upside down, and they still dried out. If you are looking for a lip stain that's going to last equally as long, but is not going to dry out nearly as quickly and is going to cost you about half the price, I would look at the NYX Lip Lingerie. I've had this for a couple months now, and it is not dried out at all, not even a little. And then more recently, just in the last couple of weeks, NYX launched the Jelly Job Full Bodied Shine Gloss. I love these. The first shade I purchased was Honey It's Jelly, and then I immediately bought two more, Jelly Squeeze and Jelly Kissed. First, I wasn't sure if I was going to like this silicone applicator. I think in the video where I tested this out for the first time, I said it felt like you were icing your lips like you would be icing a cake. And now I really like it. I'm kind of into it. And this Honey It's Jelly shade is so perfect. It is the perfect nude that does not wash you out. It might not be the perfect nude for someone with medium to dark skin, but if you have light skin, something like mine, I have high confidence that this is going to be your new favorite nude lip gloss. Another gloss that launched this year that I went and purchased multiples of is the L'Oreal Plump Ambition Hyaluron Plumping Lip Oils. I purchased 4 of them. And then I think about 2 months ago, I actually was sent in a PR package these new pH clear plumping glosses that have a slight tint to them and are meant to work with your skin's natural pH. I love the size of these. They are medium to full coverage glosses. Well, of course, with the exception of the sheer pH ones. But I love all the colors that I picked up. And then today, remember I told you I put a gloss on top of the Lifter Glaze from Maybelline? It was this. This is called pH Rosé. Now these are plumping lip oils, so most of you are going to experience a little bit of a tingle with these. The tingle does not bother me. It does not burn my lips in any way. But everyone's experience with lip plumpers is very different. What I consider to be a mild tingling, others might consider to be a burning sensation, and vice versa. I think I already said this, but they are infused with hyaluronic acid and tripeptides for instantly smoother, plumper looking lips, and they come in 10 shades, plus the 4 pH shades. Also from L'Oreal, the Infallible Blurfection Loose Powder. This powder is so good. It truly rivals high-end powders that you can buy at Sephora or Nordstrom, Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, you name it. It is really that good. And I know I say this in every video where I speak about this product, but I think it is important to mention the cost per ounce for this product does end up being more than some of those high-end options. I honestly don't know why they have put such a small amount in this container, but compared to all the other powders I have, this is tiny, almost like a travel size. But it is really that good. So I'm gonna leave it up to you to decide if it's worth buying, from your local drugstore or going into Sephora or a department store and purchasing a different powder for more money up front, but you'll end up having to purchase it less often. And then finally from L'Oreal, I have to talk about this Faux Brow Up to 2-Day Brow Tint Pen. I have very light, sparse brows, and ever since I had my brows microbladed like 7 or 8 years ago now, I have had no hair growth towards the front of my brow. And that is where you want your brows to look the most natural. And I try every brow product on the market. And I think most of the time my brows look pretty good, but I honestly think they look the best when I just brush them up with a fiber building brow gel and then use a brow tint pen to go in and make those hairs towards the front. Now, I have given good reviews to some other brow pens in the past, and most of them, if not all of them, have just been the type of brow pens that look like an eyeliner pen, like a liquid eyeliner pen. This one has 2 prongs, and I find that the 2 prongs works better, at least for me, because maybe it's because my hand shakes or I don't know, but I have a much more difficult time with those traditional brow pens that look like eyeliner pens versus one that has 2 prongs. And then I also struggle a lot of times with the shades of the brow pens. I obviously need a blonde. I don't like my brows to look too dark, or a taupe. I usually go blonde or taupe. And so many times those shades come up straight orange or just way too warm, or sometimes green, or sometimes for the first week or so the shade looks nice, it looks natural, and then it turns orange or green. I don't know what happens with these brow pens, but I have had that happen with so many. And now I have found, I guess, what one would call my holy grail in this L'Oreal Faux Brow. And the shade I use is either not on here or I can't see it. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look in my order history and put the shade name in the description box next to the link for this product, as well as all of the others I am speaking about today. So that's it for L'Oreal. We've covered Maybelline, we've covered NYX, L'Oreal, now CoverGirl. I'm gonna start with my favorite product, I think, of all time ever from CoverGirl. And they're brand new. I've noticed that they are sold out a lot of places already because I think I was the first one, I truly believe I was the first one to mention how these new blushes and bronzers from CoverGirl, they're called True Blend Skin Enhancer Baked Luminous Blushes and Baked Luminous Bronzer, were fantastic dupes or alternatives to the Hourglass Baked Blushes and bronzers. In fact, I have a YouTube short that I will link where I compared, I think it was Pink Please or Please Please Pink with one of the shades, I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, from Hourglass. I have a side-by-side. There are 4 shades. These come in 4 shades, and I think the bronzers come in 4 shades. I have Toasted Butterscotch in the bronzer. I used it today. I love it. And the other shade that I wanted to get, Rose Latte, I think it was called, was sold out. So I ended up going for Strawberry Drizzle. If you have dark skin, you need this. If you have light skin, you can still use it. You just have to go in with a very, very light hand. I recommend using a fan brush, in fact, because these are so pigmented. Pink Please, or yes, no, it's not Pink Please. It's Please Please Pink. This is the pink we all dream of. It is, well, maybe not all of us, but if you like a baby pink cheek with a little bit of a glow that's not going to accentuate a lot of texture, I have a feeling these might be sold out for a while. So if you see them in stock, get them. They are currently available, I think, online only at Ulta Beauty. I purchased mine from Amazon. I will link them to both places in the description box, as well as wherever YouTube shopping might have them available. The other product that I fell in love with this year from CoverGirl is this Jelly Water Tint. Remember I mentioned earlier that I do like to have a little bit of a tint on my cheeks or my lips before I go in with other makeup to give my makeup more longevity, or just to serve as a base under, another product, specifically a lip product for my extremely naturally pale lips. And I mentioned Benetton, which is going to cost you quite a bit more than this water tint from CoverGirl. This comes in several beautiful shades. This was one of my go-to products over the summer. I just loved dabbing a little bit of this onto my cheeks, giving my lips a little bit of a stain. It did not disappear on my oily skin after a few hours. It felt very cooling on the skin, which was nice. It's got sort of a sweet watermelon scent to it, and it's tiny. It fits in the smallest makeup bag. CoverGirl is definitely trying to step up their game, reposition themselves, and 2025 got them off to a very good start. Okay, I'm gonna close out with Morphe. I think Morphe was my most talked about brand in 2025, my most talked about affordable brand. And this year, in my opinion, Morphe made some of the best eyeshadow palettes you can buy for the money. The one I have on today is called Naughty. This is a limited edition palette that they have out right now for the holidays, but I love the other palettes they released this year too. I mean, tell me this does not look like it could be a MAC eyeshadow palette. You've got a beautiful combination of mattes and shimmers, sparkle toppers, great packaging with a mirror, and they only cost around $20. They also reformulated all of their lip liners, and I have been reaching for these lip liners over my MAC lip liners, my Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liners, my Makeup by Mario lip liners, my Natasha Denona lip liners. I adore these. The shade selection is top tier. They're creamy. They're long wearing. They cost about $14, and you can often use a coupon, especially if you're purchasing from Ulta Beauty. Some of my favorite shades are Honey, Sweet Tea, Makeup Talk, Whipped. I think today, oh boy, which one did I use today? I want to say I used Whipped. Did I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Whipped. So back to this lip combo. A touch of Coral Illusion lined with Morphe lip liner in Whipped, then the Lifter Glaze lipstick in 006 Caramel Glow, and then topped with the Hyaluron Lip Plump in PH Rosé. And I promised you I would share a highlighter with you that was not over the top like the NYX. This is the Morphe Cloud Light Soft Glow Veil. These are what you want if you are looking for just a soft glow. You don't have to just put this on the high points of your cheekbones. You can dust this all over your face as a finishing powder if you are someone with dry skin. I wouldn't put this all over my face because I'm oily. But if you just want a beautiful sheen to the skin, this is the product you want to get. I think it comes in 5 or 6 shades. The one I'm showing you right now is called Sunrise, and you can even use this on the body. Like if you wanted to put a little bit of a glow on your collarbones. It's so pretty. And probably because they heard me talk about them so much this past year, I was finally added to the Morphe PR list. So I was lucky enough to get sent all of the shades of the Cheek Thrills Multi-Finish Face Trio blushes. I had already purchased one when the PR package was sent to me, but believe me, I was thrilled to have them all because these are beautiful. And there is a combo, there is a trio for every skin tone. If you're very fair, there's a trio for you. If you have very deep dark skin, there's a trio for you. I think you would love Cabana Club. Keep in mind, I'm under very bright lights, so it doesn't look as light in person. This is definitely a gorgeous color for someone with dark skin. I have not tried this yet, but I really want to. I have loved red blushes in the past. I just have to be obviously very careful when applying them so I don't look like a clown. This is Sunset Swim, which is a great neutral, like everyday sort of brown, almost like a bronzer blush in one. If you like Peach Bonfire is gorgeous. All the combos, in my opinion, are just beautiful. And you get a matte blush, you get a cream blush, and then you get a shimmery blush. Okay, I think that covers everything. And I would love to hear from you in the comments what some of your best drugstore makeup releases of 2025 are. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Share it with a friend you think may enjoy it. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will hit that subscribe button and become a part of the Risa Does Makeup family. I do upload new videos at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. My username is the same on every social media platform. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.